Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Idris, host of the Smash Hitz Show on Horizon Radio. We're listening to Tames right now with a song titled Mr. Rebel. We have Miss Rebel Noire in the studios of Horizon Radio 104.3 FM. Yes, and we're about to have an exciting conversation, so you don't want to miss that. Stay tuned. This is the Smash Hitz Show on Horizon Radio 104.3 FM.
Los éxitos de 7 a 9 de la noche por Horizonte.
And we are back on the Smash Hitz Show on Horizon Radio 104.3 FM. You know how we do it every Friday on the show. Today we have a special guest in the studios by the name Rebel Noire. Rebel Noire, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we are so glad to have you here today. Can you just give a quick word of introduction to our audience in Radio Land?
Sure. Okay, so my name is Nikisha Elena Alexis, and I am the vocalist and songwriter, original music for, I call it right now, Afro rock soul band, Rebel Noire.
Mhm.
I want to give a shout out actually to the other folks in my band, Aiden Lane, who plays guitar,
All right.
Jason Brewer, who is on bass guitar, and Devin Brewer, who's on drums. Abe's going to be not being the guitarist here pretty shortly, just graduated, so congratulations to him for that. So,
Congratulations to Abe. Yeah.
If
Oh,
you
wow.
like what they hear and you want to play guitar somewhere, I'm looking.
All right. Wow. Now, tell us a little bit about Rebel Noire, the poet, right? Vocalist, songwriter, and liberationist.
Right.
Can you just unpack that? That's like, a bundle right there.
Yeah. So it's pretty funny. Like my music and poetry kind of intersect with one another a lot. So sometimes I write a poem that becomes a song. Other times the song starts, but it comes out of my work, my anti-oppression work. So that's one of the many things that I do by day. So I like to think of my music as fairly integrated. It comes out of my life experiences. It comes out of the work that I do, the ethical work that I do, the anti-racism work that I do.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's very organic to who I am in the world, and the things that bring me joy, the things that are hard, the things that relate to being a Black woman, the things that relate to being a Black immigrant woman. So yeah, it's integrated is a word I think.
I know. With this administration, we've been seeing a lot of stuff that we usually don't see on mainstream media, and also social. Oh, wow! When I was growing up, we didn't have social media.
Right.
Because I'm an immigrant too, so I can relate to the immigrant part of that. But I think they say Black women also have it harder. I mean, do you have a perspective on Black women? Because I'm not a Black woman, so I wouldn't know.
You're not a Black woman. Yeah. So one of the things that's really important to me is a framework. So this is going to go a little bit deep here. It's called intersectionality. Kimberly Crenshaw is the person who coined that phrase, and she talks about.
If you can speak to the mic, so
yeah.
you can do
Can you
it
hear me now?
like
Can you
this.
hear me
Yes,
now?
perfect.
So she talks about the ways in which different forms of oppression really affect people differently. So there's racism, there's sexism, and racism affects Black men in a particular way, it affects Latino folks, etc. And sexism affects women in a particular way too.
And I heard another ism too, colorism.
Yes,
White skin, dark skin, everywhere, not even in the Black community.
Right. And so when you think of those forces separately, they have a huge impact on people's lives, right? Material impact, where you can go, what kind of access to jobs, access to resources. But then when you combine those things, like being somebody who is a race person and also a woman, you're dealing with all of those things. So she likens it to being in the center of a road and having traffic hitting you from two different directions.
Oh, wow.
So it's yeah, the experience of being a Black woman in the world is distinct, and it's not competitive, right? Like we're not trying to get into oppression Olympics, but it really is important to understand the dynamic of how these things affect different people in the world, so we know how to fix it, so we know how to challenge it. Yeah.
Wow. That's something. Now, music. Going back to music.
Sure.
Have you always been around music? I mean, do you have musicians in the family? Do you have a formal music education growing up? How does that play into what you do right now?
Right. It's so funny because I think so many people have this story when you read like the artist bios. It's like, I grew up and my dad played the guitar and my uncle was in a band, right? Like it's sort of, it paves this way for, of course, this person would be doing music when you read people's bios. I mean, I can credit my choir teacher in the 8th grade, MC, we used to call him. He had a piano he was also my history teacher. So he had a piano in his classroom. So I did choir. I sang in the church. But part of the reason I have a band is I don't play really any instruments. I play the djembe drum fairly competently, but I didn't take singing lessons. I didn't, I can't trace this sort of legacy of music to draw on. I'm from a Caribbean island, so music was around all the time. I grew up with calypso. I grew up with Quran. I grew up with music. But didn't necessarily see myself doing this, if you will.
Now, before we go on to the next song, I'd like to ask you a little bit about, just to give me an immigrant story, because you just said you're from the Caribbean islands.
Yeah. So the short way of saying it is I'm still on summer vacation.
Okay.
I'm originally from Trinidad, Trinidad and Tobago. It's an island in the Caribbean, very close to Venezuela. And my mom was working here. She was hired as a nurse, had a visa to work here as a nurse. And my family, I was living with my sister, my cousin, with my grandmother. And so we came to visit in 1990 to visit my mom on summer vacation. And the Trinidadian government got overthrown while we were here.
Oh, wow.
So there was a coup. It wasn't really clear what was going to happen. And so, we didn't move. And so, it began the process then of being able to stay here and receive citizenship at the age of 14 and have been here ever since. I've only visited like 3 times.
Oh, wow.
I was 10 at the time.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so still on summer vacation.
Okay, yeah, summer vacation. We're here with Rebel Noire in the studios of Horizon Radio 104.3 FM. My name is Idris. We're going to continue the show, but we're going to listen to some music, and then we're going to be talking to our guests when we come back. Coming up next from Jazz Ellis, I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. The song is titled Fresh and Clean. I love it, and I hope you love it too. Take it away, Toby. I love this song. I listened to it a few days ago, and I decided, well, it's going to be on the show. And since you're coming too, you need to get to hear this. Okay. This is how we listen, really. I mean, we put one ear on so that we can still interact.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe it's convenient for you.
Yeah.
If it's not, it's okay.
That's fine. This bun is like, I forgot I needed headphones. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna have to try and prop myself up and have my headphones not dangling everywhere. Do I need to bring this closer? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it comes close. However you want it.
Very good. That's good. That works.
And I'm trying to get mine not to block your face too, so. Get photos, babe. Get photos. So
yeah, I like this song.
It is amazing. She took it. You're gonna hear something somewhere. And I was like, oh.
Where is she from?
I think Jamaica.
Oh, sweet. Oh my goodness, yes.
So, fresh.
Hey.
This is it.
I think I would love to do this, but I'd probably get lost in the music. Oh, I'm supposed to announce the weather now? Like, what the heck? Yeah.
It's fun. We're still looking for volunteers.
Right.
It's mostly Spanish presenters.
Sure.
It's just me and Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday does strictly
Does Sunday do a
reggae.
show?
Strictly
Oh,
reggae on
nice,
Saturday,
nice.
7 to 9.
Nice. Okay.
And yeah,
gotta find
I had
it.
to strangle him to bring him here.
Yeah.
Because he used to do a reggae show in college
Oh, at
too.
the college.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. I gotta learn how to do it. It's so much fun. I'm sometimes like, I'm listening to the radio and I'm like, I wouldn't put that there. Or like, why would they play this song?
Well, yeah, that's why you need to be in it.
Right. Or you get on SoundCloud and you find a nice group, a stream of people. It's like, oh, I want to put that somewhere.
Yeah.
And not
I
just on my
found this
Facebook
person
page.
too, but I'm like, well,
Nice.
I just gotta put it in.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna play the Smash Hitz Show stuff, and then we're gonna play Spanish one, and then when we go to another one too, when we go to another one, we're gonna play an English one and Spanish one too. All right, con altura. All right, we'll get on after this song.
I got it.
I think we. All right, I'm gonna be moving towards. I mean, you comfortable with all the questions so far?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As we talk more, it gets easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I brought some notes. I'm like, oh, that stuff I need to make sure I don't forget. And it's cool to listen to. Like, you know, you're not just sitting there and waiting for stuff. It's like, oh, okay. Music, this helps calm all the nerves.
Yeah. I'll piggyback on that last question about
Okay, sure.
origin and stuff, immigration story,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll move on from there.
Okay.
Yeah, wrong website. Oh, somebody's saying you're a good singer.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, yeah, I know him. Oh, that's so fantastic.
So that's our Facebook Live.
That's hilarious.
Can you find it? Facebook, our Facebook Live, so you can share it.
Oh, you know what? I don't know. Let me see. Is it via the Smash Hitz or the?
It is Radio Horizonte, the radio station page. Play that stuff. Somebody's busy.
I said after that she started playing the other one.
And we are back on the Smash Hitz Show on Horizon Radio 104.3 FM. My name is Idris, your host of the Smash Hitz Show. And Toby's just walking away right now. Our guest is still in the studio, though. Rebel Noir is still in the studios. And before now, you just listened to Rosalia with a song titled Con Altura. And we listened to Fresh and Clean, one of my favorite summer songs, Fresh and Clean by Jazz Ellis. And we started the show with Mr. Rebel from Thames. Your time right now is 7:19. Current temperature in the ocean is about 80 degrees. I am guessing it's still 80 degrees though, because it's just staying hot though. And yeah, we still have our guests here. And I'm going to be going with, because you are from Trinidad and Tobago, does that play any part? Does that culture influence the music? I mean, or have you been here so long in the United States that it's hardly noticed?
I would say, like, I've definitely written poetry out of that space. So one of the poems that I recite quite a lot, it's called Anew. I wrote, I believe, on the plane flying back from my third visit to Trinidad since I've been here. I really, there was a real reconnecting with myself in that space. That the poem came forth out of that time and out of that visit. I have one song that leans a little bit more to the reggae side, but I allow my accent to come out a little bit more on that. But yeah, it's not calypso necessarily. It's the music really kind of is a fusion. There's one song that I just started doing called Plantation Song, actually, that it's not punk, but it's way more rock than anything else that I do. Afro folk I've used to describe it when I was just working with vocals and guitar. So it covers a real spectrum. People should be able to find something that they appreciate about the music. I'm definitely not trying to stay in one kind of genre.
Okay, all right. I read your bio, so I do know what you mean. And how did you? Did you just discover your musical side? I mean, when did you discover that? I mean, and when did you decide you want to do it professionally?
Okay, yeah. So about 5 years ago, a little more than 5 or 6 years ago, I like to make up songs. I didn't take it very seriously, but I kind of have a knack for making songs up. Usually the process is I sing something, I determine if it's catchy, I add lyrics to it. I never sit down and write a song. So the title songwriter might be a little deceptive.
Okay.
But I really decided a few years ago, like, I want to make music. I have all these beats in my head. I have all these sounds going on up there. I'm not crazy. Actually musical sounds. And so I got like Logic Pro, like, that it's not for it's a hard score. If you're gonna start, do not start with Logic Pro. I got a tutorial and a really great book, just worked through that, came up with stuff, but it was all out of this place that was imaginary. So I look back now and I kind of cringe a little bit. Like when you're a kid and you get a whole lot of toys, you take it all out of the box.
Oh yeah, all of it. And then you end up playing with the box.
Right, basically. I made all of it, like, here's a beat and here's a ghost sound and da-da-da. So I look back a little bit. And then a few years after that, I started just singing out of what was going on in my life. And I had a friend, I gotta give a shout out to Seth Martin, because he had a house show and invited me to sing at that house show. And legit, I had nothing but my voice and a tambourine. You do not want to listen to a tambourine for longer than you need to. Right? But I did 2 songs there, one completely a cappella, one that I still do now called Shoulders. And I did another song with tambourine, and people really valued it. And it was a really moving experience for me to do it. And I thought I need to try to figure out how to do this more. I can't play any instruments, but there's a lot inside of me that I want to get out. It's the way that I'm processing some hard things that I'm going through, the way that I process political things or things that are going on around me, locally or historically. So I wouldn't say I'm a professional. I definitely want to keep playing and have gotten a bit of a bug for doing shows. I don't see myself giving up my day job. Folks at the seminary are probably going to be really happy about that. But I do want to do it more. And I am taking it more seriously than when I was hunkered down in my room with Logic Pro, just making possibly terrible beats.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, the first song we heard was from Thames, though, and she makes big stupid
Nice.
songs. I think she said she made that all the background music herself. Too, Moving on. So, what are some of the challenges you faced while pursuing this passion of yours, and how have you tried to manage them, or how have you overcome that?
Yeah, I think I could name two pretty well off. One is time. I do a lot. I do probably more than I should. So between like a full-time job, which consists of two positions. So I'm a designer and I also do anti-racism and intercultural work. I'm running with two friends a concert series, July through November, Downtown Soul Art and Music Series. So there's just a lot going on. I'm trying to figure out how to have rehearsals in between all those things with consistency can be difficult. It's usually like, here's a show coming up, we gotta get together. So I definitely would like to try to build it into my schedule in a more regular way. The tricky part about that, and this is the second challenge, is that it's hard to find. You can find musicians, right? Like there are people around, and I think probably everybody would say this, but the work is so personal, and it's also political, and it's the kind of thing that I don't want to have to explain. So I really need a synergy with the people that I'm working with, right? You don't come out the gate with a song called Plantation Song that you wrote on an actual former plantation and then want to have to debate about, the lyrics or the sentiment behind it. So definitely I'm super glad for Jason and Devin who have come aboard and really are so supportive and also creative. So it's super helpful to have people who will do what you want them to do and also add their talent to it. And Abe Medellin too, he's been so great working with guitar and picking up on the work that other people have done. So I'm really hoping to get a final person that's a steady person.
And Abe is an artist on it.
Yes, he's fantastic.
Are we looking to see a collaboration sometime?
Oh man, that would be so great. I would love if he would spit something.
Hey, if you're listening right now, you need to make this happen. You need to make it happen.
For real. Yeah, it's been good working with him on guitar. He's really creative too and has a lot of energy. So like I said, he's graduated. I'm totally wishing him the best, and also looking for someone who can, when people hear the music again, if it connects with you and you want to try to contribute to it, I'm open.
Well, you're saying that you don't consider yourself a professional, vocalist or songwriter or something like that, but you're international, man. You're an international act. You played at Rosewood in a place called Bloodwood House in Australia. Tell us about that before we go to the music break.
Sure. So I know some really great people, actually scholars. This is what I mean by my music being really integrated. I met these folks at a conference a few years on race and animals, and went down to actually speak at two conferences. Critical animal studies is something that I do. People should Google it. It's interesting stuff.
Critical animal studies.
Yes.
Google it.
Yes. And so they have a fantastic house in Mittagong, Australia, and they do house shows. And so I was like, well, I'm coming by myself, but I would love to do a house show if you all could set it up. So it's me literally and my vocals and the music. And before the end of it, we got a guitarist. I set my music to Dinesh Wadwal, who converted it to piano. And so he practiced before I got there. And next thing you know, we had a really awesome show, and it was a fantastic night. And it's the first time I played for just a whole group of people that most of whom I didn't know. Didn't know. So it was like, okay, your friends are awesome. I have good friends. They're not going to tell me my stuff is good if it's not good. Okay. But there's also the sentiment of like, that's Nikisha, right? I know her. That's so cool. To have a whole room of people that don't know you, there were people who were brought to tears. It was really overwhelming. So yeah, my first international show in Australia.
So we're looking forward to more international shows.
I would love it.
All right, we're going to take a quick musical break, and the Smash Hitz Show on Horizon Radio will be right back. Coming up next. We're playing Find Your Way Back by Beyonce. Don't touch that dial.
10 minutes weather.
10 minutes weather?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Yes, you don't have to interrupt that one.
It wasn't me. You stopped. I didn't do anything
Here
here.
it is. Where's the lively? That's the part I gotta find.
So,
There it is.
did you find it? The radio
Is this
station?
it right there?
Yeah, that's you. You're there.
If I share that, that'll do it. Okay.
So, yeah. 104.3 FM Horizon Radio. This is still the Smash Hitz Show. Rebel Noire in the studios, listening to Beyonce. Find Your Way Back. Don't touch that dial. There's still more to come on Horizon Radio, 104.3 FM. Check that off. This is one of the theme songs for The Lion King.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I have not watched that movie.
It was featuring African artists. Lots of African artists.
I know the album. She just did. Yeah, it's like a tribute. Right?
Yeah, The Gift.
I feel like I'm supposed to love Beyonce. I feel like I'm supposed to. And I like.
She's evolving.
It's all right.
She's evolving.
Right.
She is evolving from Beyonce to Crazy Right Now to Single Women, then to being, in a relationship, and then singing conscious songs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
That's
she's
true.
evolving.
That's true. Yeah. I read a really interesting article about that even though it was sort of presented as a gift to the continent, like most of the artists are actually Nigerian or maybe South African. So there were some people who were like, "Where's the love for
The rest of it. Well, you can only get those who you can find, really.
Right. Well, and the people that are crossover, there's that tension with like, do you go with up and coming people or crossover people? Yeah.
That play one Spanish one, and then we'll come back. Okay. So, all right. 33. So, when you said designer, though, what do you
I'm a graphic
mean?
designer.
Graphic designer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On top of that.
Oh, wow.
I do a lot of stuff.
Okay, I want to ask you about the Etsy stuff that you do besides music, and then you're going to introduce Life in Black. Toby, find Life in Black.
Right?
Yeah, Life in Black. It's supposed to be in We'll put it on top of this one.
Where?
The Smash Hitz Show folder in local. In local. Oh, look what's down. You can close that. Go up. Okay. Go up and close that. You use a no, click here. Yeah, like that. Local. Double click. Uh-oh. Wait.
So good.
Uh-oh.
There's so many little pieces to juggle when you're doing this thing.
All right, is it there? It's supposed to be in there somewhere. Right there. Down. No, down. And then guest music. And pull out black. In black, yeah. Life in black, the first one. Pull. You put it on that. And then what's the first one that we played? Oh, can we play back to back or you?
What works? I mean, I could do. Well, probably.
So then you can talk about it because I want you to get.
Yeah, but like if I talk about one and then you do that, and then I talk about the other one and then you play it, does that work?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We have time.
Yeah.
We have
Okay,
time.
sweet. Yeah,
And
They're-
weather.
related songs, but they come out of different places.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just play Cintu Bayama. Cynthia. Okay. And Beyonce. Okay. Did he stay on? Or oh, did you find the video?
I think I shared it.
Oh, I can't find it. All right, I'm not sharing yet. And we are back on the Smash Hitz Show on Horizon Radio 104.3 FM. Miss Rebel Noire still in the studios. How are you doing?
So far, so good. Doing well.
All right. Now, we just played Sing Piano by Becky G featuring Nancy Natasha. And before that, we listened to Beyonce with a song from a theme song from the Lion King movie titled Find Your Way Back. The time right now is 7:37. Oluwatobi will be doing the weather forecast sometime around 7:40. But before then, we're still going to be talking to our guests in the studios. And Rebel Noire. My question now is about, do you have, I mean, you said you were a designer, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do some graphic designing and stuff. What other artsy stuff did you do besides music?
Okay, other artsy stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like poetry, like I mentioned,
Uh-huh.
graphic design. So I do all the design work for Downtown Soul.
Uh-huh.
I design stuff for Rebel Noire too.
Oh, okay.
Actually worked with Dorothy Jean Carter on a chapbook. So there were only 26, I think, in the world.
What is it?
Yeah.
Chapbook.
So it was just a very special handmade screen printed book for Rebel Noire.
Oh, wow.
And it involved her illustrations and my design work, and Heather Parrish helped us screen print it. So it's an artist's collector's item, if you will.
Okay.
So did that together.
Uh-huh.
What else? I manage a website, but that's not super artsy. I used to do a podcast with speaking to artists as well.
Oh, wow.
Coordinate an online journal with folks from.
Now, where can we find that podcast still?
Oh my gosh! Okay, so we only did 3 episodes. It's a
Okay.
little bit deceptive. But
Oh, okay,
I would
okay.
love to start it again. But it was called Iconicast Canvas.
Okay.
For sure. So
Canvas.
JesusRadicals.com is the place where you can find some of the old episodes. But yeah, I like I said, I do a lot of stuff.
Oh wow! Now this song that we're about to listen to, "Life in Black."
Yeah.
Why "Life in Black"? And why did you write the song? I mean, and why the title, "Life in Black"?
Sure. So again, this is where some of the synergy between different parts of our worlds actually come together. So this song originated on a massage table. I was getting a massage, and I was in a really sort of dark place. And I have a great massage therapist, John Solfus. Shout out to him. And he asked me a question, and I forget what the question was, but I was reflecting on the place that I was in, and I said, I'm not sure if I'm in a cocoon or a grave. Is this a period of metamorphosis and transition, or is this a place of spiritual decline or emotional it was a dark place, but I wasn't sure if I was going to grow out of it or be impeded out of it. And the line stuck with me, and so it became a poem. And I wanted to make it a longer poem. I wanted to do more with it, and it was like, nope, I'm going to be these 5 lines. This is what's going to be. And so I worked with Maeve Smucker, who set it to piano first. So that was the first iteration of it. And then I worked with the guitarist, Austin Stonewall, and he took the piano part and translated it to guitar. And he would play acoustic and I would sing. And this version of it, and now that I have a full band, it has more of a rock edge to it. It's less slow, it's less it has the same reflective work, but it's just so textured. I really love it. So yeah, really personal. The stuff that I write is really personal, and I'm grateful to everybody that works with it and translates it in the various versions that come out. So a poem turned into, a line on a massage table turned into what you're going to hear now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, "Life in Black" by Rebel Noire. Take it away, Lord Toby. It's not copyrighted yet. No, it's not so I'm gonna play it so that.
Sweet.
That. 104.3 FM Horizon Radio. We still have Rebel Noire in the studios, and you're listening to one of her songs, "Life in Black."
Idris te trae la onda anglo. El Smash Show. Los éxitos de 7 a 9 de la noche por Horizonte.
Now that was amazing.
Thanks.
That was amazing.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
Now I have a question on my mind right now for you
So
after hearing this song. But Oluwatobi is pumped to get the weather forecast out. So that's why she just played that weather forecast stuff right now. So we're gonna play the weather forecast and we're gonna hear some few words from our sponsors. And the Smash Hitz Show on Horizon Radio with Miss Rebel Noire in the studios. We'll be right back.
This is your weekend weather forecast on Horizon Radio. My name is Lord Toby, and tonight it will be partly cloudy with a low of 57. Tomorrow it will be sunny with a high of 77 and a low of 62. And on Sunday there will be showers in the morning with a high of 81 and a low of 65. Keep listening to 104.3 FM Horizon Radio.
All right. We still have 13 minutes. Her song, Rosewood. That's going to be the next one. Just pull it up and put it in there. Thank you, babe. All right. 15 minutes before the Billboard Top 8 countdown. Do you know what's coming? We got to last that up. Okay. All right. Because I don't need to know because you're in. Oh.
That's what I was trying to tell you earlier.
Okay. Oh, because my mic is still on. 104.3 FM, Idris speaking. Hey. Oh. Oh. What happened to your mic? Well, it's showing up here that it was on. Okay. Oh, it was low. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll ask her to speak louder when she does it the second time. Oh, okay. Your mom couldn't hear you at all. Or your weather. So she doesn't know if it's gonna rain tomorrow.
that's hilarious.
She said it better not rain.
Do you want me to yell?
That's hilarious.
Okay, I yell.
Everything's good. Everything's good.
Okay. Oh.
All right, 11 minutes all we got. Hey, 11 minutes all we got. We gotta go. All right, so, okay, bye. All right. All right, in 30 seconds. Do you have any questions too? I'll turn your mic on. I'll turn it on. And we are back on the Smash Hitz Show on Horizon Radio, 104.3 FM. My name is Idris. Oluwatobi is here in the studios, pushing the button. If you didn't hear the weather, I'm sorry about that. We're going to figure out what's wrong with that, and the weather forecast comes up 40 minutes after the next hour. Our special guest is still in the studios. Rebel Noir, how are you doing?
I'm still doing good. This is so fun.
All right. Now, Life in Black, awesome, full of emotion.
Thanks.
I want to ask you because in your bio it said exploring emotions of your experiences through music and crossing genres that way. It sounds really serious. How do you write for all that? What is the songwriting process like for Rebel Noir?
Oh man, I wish it was systematic. I really, really do. Like I said, Life in Black came off of a massage table.
Uh-huh.
Often I'm reflecting on something, and a sentence or a word might stick, and I'll just sing it over and over until a melody kind of emerges. That's one way. This might sound a little strange, but I've actually had dreams where in the dream I have one song called "Exceptional," where a Black woman was singing in my dream, and I woke up singing some of the words. So I wrote that. I started writing, and then wrote the song maybe within a week with some tweaking here and there. Again out of poetry, or there was a Rosewood, the next song that we'll hear. I wrote for a benefit, and I was so stuck on this poem that I would present at this benefit for Standing Rock. And, again, I woke up and the first line came to me and I just wrote it.
So did you go to Standing Rock then?
I did not, no,
okay.
but I helped to raise money for that here locally.
Wow, that's good.
So if it was systematic, I'd probably I'd probably call myself a songwriter, but it really does emerge out of I call it black woman music. I make Black women music. Life in Black, you might be able to turn that into something else, right? The lyrics, and then you get to the part where it's white supremacists tell me that I should be dead. Okay, I'm not singing a song about Black clothes. I'm not singing about having a bad day, right? Life in Black is referring to it's a way of trying to capture one aspect of what it means to be Black in a white dominant world. So it's deeply personal, and
it is.
I would like to believe that lots of people would respond well to it, and I'm also aware that not everybody would. So
All right. Now, when is an album dropping? Should we expect one? When is something dropping?
I mean, we have 7 solid songs. There's enough for an EP.
Okay.
But I will not put any dates out there. I don't want to get people too amped up. But again, I'd like to give credit where credit is due for things. I'm here in this room by myself, but there's a lot of people that have supported this. So,
standing on giants.
Thanks again to Austin. Thanks again to my band, The Accomplices, for making that song come to life.
All right. Now, you and your band.
Yes.
For 2019 is winding down, and 2020 is coming. What is happening with you and your band?
So I will perform more or less solo. I'm getting a guitarist to work with me at Shout It Art on October 6th. That is happening at the Elkhart Art League. So I'll do poetry and maybe 1 or 2 songs there. I would love to return. We did a festival this summer, the Tippecanoe Arts Festival. This is the first time on a big stage, big girl stage. So I would really hope to be able to do that again next summer. And just keep plugged into the Facebook page, facebook.com/Rebel Noire, REBELNOIRE, and I post what's coming up there. So
now, I still have to ask one more question.
Sure.
That was gonna be my last question, but then I have a whole lot that I want to ask you, but we're just so crunched for time. Yes, we're so crunched for time, And you talked about the challenges being time and synergy.
Right.
I feel synergy somewhere here, but
Yeah.
hey, time though. Rebel Noir, the name.
Yes.
Just tell us about that. How did it come about?
So it's Rebel Noir, noir being black, right?
Uh-huh.
So Rebel Black. Again, I don't try to hide what my music is about.
Mm-hmm.
How to say this succinctly, since we do have time crunch.
Mm-hmm.
It had to do with really the idea of runaway, of a runaway. I don't at all pretend that anything that I go through is anything like slavery. I want to make that very clear. But there was also this image of runaway slave or of freedom. And Rebel Black, Rebel Noir really captures that. So it's a very handy way of expressing, I think, freedom, of expressing liberation, of expressing both the hard things of being black, but also the joyful things of being black, the hard things of being woman, and the joyful things of being woman. And I think coming into voice also, coming into being a new creature, if you will. So yeah.
Right. Now, I want to thank you on behalf of all the staffs and volunteers of Verizon Radio, because I'm standing on the shoulders of giants too myself.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Reverend Noir, for coming to the studios of Verizon Radio 104.3 FM and blessing us with this conversation and your music. Now, the song that we're about to hear, tell us a little bit about it. Rosewood.
So, like I mentioned, I was trying to get a poem together for the Standing Rock benefit, and really stuck. And I woke up, and the line "I am charcoal, I am charcoal beauty" came to me, and so I wrote a poem out of that. And basically, the short way of talking about it is that Rosewood is both paying tribute to the Standing Rock uprising and people resisting in that space. And I also connected it to the connection that I made. Rosewood is the name of a town in Central Florida that was burned to the ground by a white mob.
Oh, wow.
And so seeing some parallels between these atrocities of the past and the ways in which people continue to inflict atrocities against people of color, against indigenous people currently. So my stuff is, it's both historical, it's naming that historical story and making connections to struggles today too.
Our audience will have to permit me to ask you one last question.
I'm glad to, yeah.
Before we play the song Rosewood, because I was already rapping and thanking you and everything. But anyways, now, what is a major recurring emotion that informs your music more than any other? What feeling keeps you up to with a rhythm in your head, like you said, with a recurring, phrase or something like that? What emotion mostly does that to you?
I want to name two. There's a sense of maybe grief. And grief, not necessarily. I'm a really joyful person. I'm actually really funny. My friends know this. But there's sort of a systemic kind of underlying grief, but also resistance. Just that can't overtake me. I refuse to let it overtake me. To keep me out of my purpose. So it's the image that's coming to mind right now that I don't know if it'll hold forever, but is of walking underwater. Both like moving through the beauty of that, but also the hardship of that. So yeah,
I've seen some of the water photography and videography.
Yeah.
It's very graceful.
Yeah.
Great, but the models are like worked out. You gotta go work out for it and stuff.
So Rosewood, if I ever did a music video for it, the vision that I have is of just a very slow emergence out of water. Yeah.
Wow, we'll be looking forward to that. Thank you so much for coming to the studios of Verizon Radio 104.3 FM. I can't thank you enough. Ladies and gentlemen, Rebel Noir with a song titled Rosewood. Take it away, Oluwatobi. All right. Thank you so much for stopping by.
I love it.
Thank
It's so
you
much fun.
so much. I hope it wasn't that stressful.
No, it's so much
It's always fun. It's always fun. I like radio myself.
Yeah.
And I like music. So
And this is copyright free too, so if you want to
Okay.
stream it live, you can.
yeah. Don't stop the stream, Jess. We're not gonna do music for Billboard Top 10. All right. Thank you so much. You want to take some photos?
Yeah.
Photos.
But not defeated, my existence be resistance. Everybody like dogs. You know you not gonna get far if you come up in my yard. When the enemy will come for me, I'm on my guard.
So this is the one that has the
When the enemy will come for me, I'm on my guard.
this is the one that has a little bit of
Yeah. My mom was like, "It's not Jamaican." I'm like, "It's not sound Jamaican."
Would you like to say something too? I'll take it. I'll take one. Alright.
You come to kill it, my streets of gold. Hating your best raising your soul. We not gonna let you push us back into the swamp again. Fire thunder drums again.
Yeah, you feel it.
Oh, so great.
Hey, you want some of the drinks still? This Sprite is still this water. Sprite today. Thank you so
So
much.
you guys will do the countdown now.
Yes, we'll do the countdown. Yeah.
I would love to come back. This guy finds a way to do Amazon. We got enough material.
Hey, Billy doesn't like what Billy really frisky.
That's my brother. Okay.
That's tough. That's what I heard. That's tough. I stopped the video. The last time she did it, when I saw somebody off, she deleted it. So let me stop the video and I'll walk you out. All right.
Wow, different card.
104.3 FM Horizon Radio. We had an amazing time with our guest in the studios. Rebel Noire was just here. Amazing conversation. If you missed it, all you got to do is rewind the live video. Yes, the Billboard Top 10 Countdown is coming up next on Horizon Radio 104.3 FM. Don't touch that dial.